Hi guys, I'm live. How you guys doing? So I wasn't gonna go live this quickly already, but something told me to. Like I have some things I want to say, so I decided to go ahead and go live right now. Um, first of all, let me reiterate that I do have video of the Halloween party on October 25th of last year, and it's of me playing Eruption. I played it in the back truck, in Jack's back truck, the back of Jack's truck. Say that really fast, like 50 times. And I had my phone in my pocket. I wasn't worried about filming it. I was just enjoying the experience and living the experience first. It was my first party in this town. It meant a lot to me. And it wasn't just about a photo op and just about, hey, here's my phone, please film this. It was more just the experience, and that's what it was. And that video today was of a fan, from a fan. And it's a clip of me doing Eruption as I see it. I haven't really totally listened to it completely, like with complete intent, but I will when I get home. I'll look at it and make sure I see, watch it several times to see if I like it myself. But I've clicked on it a couple times. It sounds like I'm playing Eruption, which is what I started with. I think I did the Star Spangled Banner and then Eruption. It was the first two songs I did, and someone filmed me doing Eruption, and that was what the video is. So feel free to check it out. Yes, I did get $31 from Jack. That's not only an odd number, it's a prime number, but that's how much he gave me. It just is what it is. He wasn't expecting to pay me. He didn't realize I was going to be as good as I was, or wasn't prepared to pay me. And he gave what he had, which was $31. So, okay, there's that. And then a second thing I think I wanted to say, I think is cool is I hear I'm getting around. I hear I'm getting like on a lot of places. My videos are showing up, and people are showing me videos at times on my walks and stuff that I don't even know of. I haven't even seen them, and they're saying I'm on this and I'm on that, and I'm doing this and I'm doing that, and I don't even know it myself. But I'm glad it's happening. I appreciate it. Appreciate the attention and all that. So thank you guys for that, for filming me and then posting me, and I end up on all these platforms and things I don't even know about, much less, hear about or get paid for, but that's not the point. I just like to get my energy out there, which is very cool. Thank you guys for doing that and helping me with that, And now the brass tacks of this video. I have a couple things I've learned about life and myself today, and I want to go over them a little bit with you guys, if that's okay. First of all, a fun one. Let these cars go by for a second. I'm an amateur hot shot at throwing things in a trash can, or making shots in basketball, throwing baseballs through tires, and you have to hit it right through the tire, and if you miss, you blew it. If you made it, yay hey. I'm good at it, but I'm not a professional. I'm not at the level where I just never miss and I know exactly what I'm doing. I'm just a hack, but yet I'm pretty good. And I want to share what I learned today. I was throwing a piece of trash in the trash can at the mall, and I missed. And oh gosh, I missed. Oh, holy crap, I missed. And then and that's no big deal, but I did. And then I got a water from Taco Bell. They're very nice. And I was taking the cup and I was throwing it up in the air, and I threw it a few times and I dropped it. I missed. It's like, holy crap, I'm losing it here. And then I learned something about life from this experience and it applies to my music too. Only absolute beginners get upset when they miss. Only absolute beginners, it's a trial for them when they miss. That's why it was a trial for me to miss at throwing the thing at the trash or throwing the cup up in the air. I'm a hack at it. I'm saying I am because I am. And of course, when I miss, it's a bigger deal than it should be. But then what happened was I got over it. Oh, well, I missed. Well, that's part of life. And that's where my hackiness turned into a little bit more professional. Just a little bit. Like I can take it now when I miss, because I've already missed. I've been around the block and I get it. Well, why am I saying this, and how does it apply to anything? Well, it applies to my music. And I didn't even realize it applied until this experience. That one reason I can play the songs I do and make as many mistakes as I seem to sometimes make, or people think I make, or I think I make, is that I'm not a beginner. I've already been through making mistakes. I'm okay with making mistakes. Making mistakes is part of the gig now. And I'll leave shit on there that I would have deleted in a second 30 years ago. It would have been like, oh my God, I really blew that, and I would have deleted it. But now I don't, because I'm already past, I'm at the level where I'm allowed to make mistakes. The mistakes show my humanness, and the mistakes show the mistakes show my process. The mistakes show the meanness of the situation. This is what I feel, section of the show. And I didn't realize it until the thing about throwing things in the air and catching them. Then I realized that's actually a credit to me. That's actually a compliment to my artistry, that I can make a mistake in a Van Halen tune that I, by the way, just learned today. I've never learned fools in my life, ever. I just learned it today. And yeah, I was awestruck by his playing, and yeah, I didn't get it perfectly, and yeah, I thought I could probably do it better now. I know I could. But it was the take I did at the time, and I left it on there because that shows me. It's the imperfection that makes it Shirtless Guy sometimes, and that's because I can do that because I've done my 10,000 hours of practice. I am not just an absolute beginner that has to play it perfectly or it's all crap. So I'm learning about myself here, sharing it with you guys. So sorry if that's boring, but that's just my process today. And yeah, an absolute beginner would be horrified. They'd say, oh my God, I messed up here and here and here and here. I got to redo that. I got to do it just like that. I don't have to do that. Nor do I do that. I do me first. And yeah, I can work on it. I can do a better take than that. After all, I've thought about fools since I learned it this morning, and I know it better now, and I can do better than that. But I'm leaving that on there because that's part of me. And that's what I'm learning about. That's a credit to my guitar playing, that I can just leave that on, as opposed to, oh my God, I'm so embarrassed I have to delete that. It was a big mistake. Like my haters are trying to bait me to do. That's what you haters hope I'll do, and I'm not doing it. Yeah, I fucked up again, but so what? That's Shirtless Guy. I left it on there. I'm going to leave it on there because I'm past that point. You guys are 30 years late. The haters I'm talking about. You're 30 years late or so, because you should have been there 30 years ago to discourage me from guitar if you were going to do that. It's not now. You're not going to do it. And nor am I discouraged, and nor, I don't, but anyway, there's that. And there's the last part of this talk is what I want to say now. Yeah, I didn't mean to wig out about the moderator. I got way off of my routine yesterday by having to go to jury service, and it just threw me for a loop, and I was temperamental. And no, it's not that I don't care that he said you guys were a dime a dozen. It's not that, because I do care about that. It's just that I realized I was being very temperamental. I was being very, very, very like bitchy and insecure, and I realized I'm really not those things. Like, I can act like I am and still not be those things. And the matter, in fact, texted me back to straighten that out for me. He said, Jimmy, don't you're acting immature, you're acting insecure. Stop it. And I thought, holy shit, he's right. He called me on it, and he's right. I did, and I did stop it. I deleted some of those videos where I talked about that, and he's right, And then there's even another lesson in that, about life to me, in that experience, not just throwing things in the trash can and catching things in the air, but it feels good to not be needy like that. It feels good to not be bitchy. It feels good to not give someone that kind of power or control. And I didn't realize it because I never really took that power. But now once I did, it actually feels good. And then I realized, on top of that when it didn't feel good, I was afraid of doing it all for a while to take my own power, because I was afraid it would make me feel like an asshole, or I would be an asshole. But the rubber met the road, and I decided to do it anyway, and now it feels good, and I'm not an asshole. It felt like I was going to be an asshole if I didn't care. If I wasn't needy, and if I wasn't weak, and if I wasn't complaining, and if I didn't have that temperamentalness, then I'm just a dick, because what I kind of had in my back, but I'm not. And in fact, I did that. The matter called me on it. I did it. I took my power back, and I decided I'm not needy, And rather than feel like that makes me a bad person, like that makes me an asshole, I just feel like it's empowering, and I feel good about myself, and it feels good. So that's amazing to me. I would have thought that if I took my own power like that, I would feel like a jerk. Like I would just feel like, well, I'm just an idiot, bad person or something like that. But it didn't. It just made me feel good. And plus it was more true to my true self, because I'm really not needy like that. I just act like it sometimes. And in fact, it doesn't make me feel like an asshole. It just makes me feel like I'm stronger, and I'm able to help others more because I'm stronger. So anyway, love you guys. Peace, love, and light.